We're going to start with your variable pay. The compensation module we have already covered. And more or less, if you remember in your compensation, the entire configuration, which was divided into two sections, right? One section, it was action for the template level configuration. And another one was a form level configuration,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the
Yep.
template level config, so same configuration remains in your variable pay also. The template level configuration, that is for when you configure it, that is applicable for entire template, like the action for plan that you do, right?
Hmm.
So that is applicable for entire, those template. But when you select a plan, in that case, whatever the configuration you do inside a particular plan, that remain specifically to that particular plan. So same thing we have seen in the compensation also, and same thing which is there in the variable pay. Since we have already seen action action for plan detail in your compensation, so that part we're going to skip it,
Okay.
and
Action for
we
all
will
plans. Yeah.
action for all plan if you want to see. So action for all plans. So when you come here for action of for all plan, so when you configure your action for all plan, this whole configuration, it is similar for your um, like this detail. It is similar for your compensation also and variable pay also.
Okay.
So there is no change in that. We have already seen your all these detail into this section, except when you come into your company setting, there was this section which was there for your variable pay, right? This is only extra that we did not discuss. However, this is also very similar to like your compensation, which is mentioned on the top. But let's just discuss this because we started with a variable pay. Let's discuss this. What is all these details? So
Okay.
first option you can see it is coming here as a enable variable pay Excel offline edit. Offline edit, it is like when you can export this into your system, you can make changes and again you can upload this into the system. So that is what is a offline edit which is there.
Hmm.
Second one, you can see it is coming here, include only compensation variable pay worksheet. A completed worksheet. So this will be only applicable for the completed worksheet. Enable executive review edit in place. So this executive review, we have seen executive review in your compensation also. Same thing, executive review is also there into your variable pay and same place also. When you come to your compensation, so you will see your executive review, right? So here, when you will come here, so you will see the executive review and here, both your template, it will show. So this is the executive review, whether it's a compensation or whether it's a variable pay detail. So this is the compensation detail and wherever you see the annual salary equity, this is your, these kind of a template, it is known as your variable pay template. So here also you can see there is a, this incentive plan, it is coming here. So this incentive plan, it is or your
Variable.
variable pay template. So whenever variable pay is nothing, it's just a short term bonus plan which is there, right?
Hmm.
So those configuration which is there, and in fact, it is more complex than your compensation. So the calculation and the other detail, it is very simple into your compensation, but when it comes to your when it comes to your variable pay, so there is a lot of formula which happens. In compensation, we have just seen it's like, there is a one particular formula for the entire template, and you just have to create the column and put your formula and then just go ahead, right?
Hmm.
Here it is like, if you have work on the number of a assignment, like for example, this is 2022, it is going on. And let's suppose if you have a number of assignment, which is from, if you have worked 2 assignment or 3 assignment in last year, right?
Hmm.
So each of your template, you have to evaluate and then you have to bring the formula to it. So all these details we will see into your variable pay. So you can see all these were there, 219 employee who are coming here. So here you can see like this is a business performance. Then you have your individual performance. Then you also have a team performance. Depends upon what you have actually selected.
Okay.
So like this, you will have to select it and you will have to put your all these calculation and based on that. So this is a total payout it is coming here. So you can see all these total payout after doing your business performance and your business performance is the base for everything because here you have to calculate your how much the payout in terms of a percentage you have to pay. So here you can see in terms of percentage which is coming. And so here also like you have to specify, that what is a uh, actual total amount for employee and then based on that, you can calculate your 126.36% it is coming with. So this comes to be 9,004 and I think this it's taking from your this figure. This total prorated target amount for this particular employee. All right. If you add this 126.3%, right, it will come to 9,454 amount. It will come. Then you have an individual performance also. So individual performance also, if you see, this is coming as a 120%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this 120% again, whatever your 120% it is of your 954 amount. All right. So
Okay.
if you take it out 120%, which is of 900 and 454, so roughly around this total incentive is going to come. So depends upon the formula. If you this formula is a simple formula, which is business performance into individual performance. But so there are various kind of a formula also which is there, like the basis, then into business performance, into individual performance, into team goal. Then you also have a basis plus individual performance plus team goal plus your business performance, right? So there are kind of a five formula which is there into your variable pay. We'll see all those one by one how we can configure and how we can do all those formula.
Okay.
So let's see what all we're going to cover into your variable pay. So this is your variable pay detail. It is coming. So the first thing it is your introduction. I have already given you introduction about your variable pay. It is nothing. It's just a calculation of a bonus. So it's a kind of a short-term incentive bonus, which you are giving it monthly, quarterly, half yearly. So those kind of a calculation, it's like you can do uh, into your variable pay. Now here you can see there is a program name, so you can create your program name. Then you have a program ID. So this program ID is basically it is automatically generated, and that's the first step actually. Like you can see the plan setup. We also had in the compensation also, right?
Mm.
So when you come to the plan setup, you will see into your this particular setting and so this ID is basically it's automatically created. Then you also have a background section. So this background section, there is a two part. One is the XML. This is the XML part, and another one it is a employee central part when you pick up a data from the employee central. And then you can see there is a bonus start date and bonus end date it is coming. This is nothing, it's just a proration. So if you have any proration, it's like, so you can specify this, and then there is a hierarchy detail also, which is coming up, which we have also done this into your compensation, but in the slide itself, we will see hierarchy again once. Then you can see there are certain advantage of a variable pay, and that advantage we have already discussed, but it's been divided into three sections. So you can see, variable pay process, which is in the three process. So the first one you can see it's a set up your bonus plan and the rule for the bonus plan. All right. So you will have to create your bonus plan, then attach your goal to the bonus plan. Then third, you can see define eligibility criteria, who will be eligible, who will not be eligible. And then final, you are calculating the amount.
Okay.
Then second step, you can see determine eligibility for employee and calculated pro-rated bonus payout, which means what you're doing, you're finalizing that, that this will be for which employee it has to be paid, your bonus plan. So you can see here, it is like eligibility, you're checking it. Then whether you want to pay through the performance management rating or you want to pay them through the your variable pay rating. So depends upon how do you want to select it. If there is any proration in a date, and then final you can calculate the payout. And then you, at the last, whether it's a compensation and whether it's a variable pay, you have to generate the statement for variable pay also, right? In the last session, if you remember, I have shown you that how we can generate the statement for your compensation, right? Very similar configuration, which is also there into your variable pay. All right. In a same way, you can just go ahead and copy your template, make changes to your whatever the data or template you want to make those changes. After making those changes, what you can do, you can go ahead, link to your template, then generate for which employee you want to do it, or the group of employee generate it, and then download and so you can do that all these detail into your variable pay. So there is a proration. Proration, we have already discussed what is proration. So proration of your bonus, which if employee has completed 1 year, then there's no proration. But if employee has joined somewhere in between, so that's basically it's a proration. Budget is something which is very similar again. You will have to create your budget for variable pay, and and that will allow the manager to control the cost and everything. So that's where you come into and create all these budget. Now there are certain terminology in your variable pay, which is an assignment. Assignment is nothing; it's just your like in the last year when you're doing it, your assignment, it is like 2 assignment which you have worked and 3 assignment you have worked, right? So then there is a
Mhm.
basis. So assignment basis is nothing. It's just that if you have a particular amount, then you're giving 10% as a basis amount. So here you can see 10,000 of 10%. It is like 1 lakh. It is 10,000. It's a basis amount. All right. Basis amount is very important, because with this basis amount only, the rest of the calculation happens. Whether it's an individual performance, whether it's a team performance, so all those formula, like it depends upon the basis only. Then assignment proration. So proration we have already discussed. If a person has worked on here also, it's like you can see this proration which is coming here, right? So if it is like 1 year, it is 1 year. If a person has not completed 1 year, so this is nothing. It's just a date. If a person has joined the month of March, so obviously this will prorate, right?
Mm.
So here also you can see instead of this one, the person has I think completed for 182 days. So then it is actually prorating.
Okay.
Then you will see business goal. Um Business goal is nothing. It's just that every organization there is a business goal, right? Like what is the vision? What is the mission of a organization, right?
Mhm.
And not only just they will have a one goal. They might have a various 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, uh, 6 goal, business goal, right? Like they have to achieve this much of revenue. That's a one business goal. Second business goal, it is reduction in terms of cost, right? So all these detail, it will come in terms of a business goal. So you'll have to define those business goal, and then you'll have to link to your template. Same thing, it goes with the individual and team goal also. You'll have to define, I just told you, right, that your business goal plus your individual goal, team goal, all these are, there's a calculation happens.
Mm.
It depends upon the formula that you have selected. Then there is a goal weightage. So how much is a goal weightage which is there into your all these like business goals. So based on weightage, it's like you can divide your amount. Then there is an exception. So exception, it is like in case of any exception when your historic data it is not available or it's been changed. So those exceptions. Override is something like when you're overriding something. Then you have a bonus capital percentage and bonus cap amount. It's just that you're giving the this much is the highest amount, a particular department division, they can actually go for, so you just setting the cap for, beyond this amount or beyond this percentage, you will cannot increase the amount. If you remember, we have seen this in compensation. When I was trying to do that, it was coming in red. Remember when we were trying
Mm.
to increase certain amount and percentage?
Yep.
Same thing it is here also. You will see that when it, so you're just giving a cap for the maximum you can actually increase the percentage and maximum you can increase the amount. Now, these are all the configuration step actually.
Okay.
So here you can see all these configuration step, you will go ahead and we will actually be doing all these things into detail one by one. So if you just follow your all these chart, right, the way it is coming here, in a very similar way, you will also have to go ahead and do all these configuration. Now I'm not going to discuss this all one by one because either way, with your configuration, we will have to discuss all these. But here you can see like create variable pay program and the configure properties. So the first thing it's like you configure your this section, which is your this part. So here you can see program name, program ID, and so here also it is written the same thing. So
Mhm.
program name and the date and the hierarchy, ID, bonus, cap, behavior, right? So all these detail you have to define it. Second, it is configure guideline, configure override permission, import user data, right? So all these detail. And here also in each of the detail, you can see they have also specified that what you will be doing, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see all these into your detail. Then after that, you have to go ahead and give the permission. So what permission who will have, when we were doing the compensation, we have seen the compensation permission, but here you can see it is a variable permission. So
Mm.
you will have to go ahead and give all these where, permission for the
Very
variable
good.
pay. Then you can see your template and form. Template, it is nothing. It's just that the template that you create. And when you launch the template to the employee, it becomes form. All right. So you might have one template, like in this case, you can see there is a 2019 bonus plan template which is there. But when you launch this to the each employee, so it becomes a form, and you can same template can be launched to the multiple employee, right? So
Mm.
you will see all your forms here. This is how your, I have also shown you the form into the system. This is another way of seeing the form. You can see this individual rating and your total calculating, but here then it is a route map. So route map is nothing, it's just a workflow. And it is telling you that once you're done with this and what all stages that it has to flow in order to complete your variable pay. So here you can see the staging, it is coming here. Then second, it is coming as a review bonus plan, right? Then here it is second level manager, it is coming here, right? And there is a completed section. So this route map, we have also created into your compensation also. So basically, I will use the compensation route map only. I'm not going to create any new route map. Where we have created the template, it will go to the plan, to the first, it will go to the admin, right?
Correct.
Then it will go to the planner. And then third one, if you want to do it with the second level manager or with the HR. So we're going to use the same template. But in the demo, there's no point going ahead with the HR or second level, right? So we'll just use it what we have used for the compensation. So same route map, we're going to use it. Now here you can see there is a compensation planner. We have done this into your compensation, right? That there are three kind of a
Mm.
planner. So one is a standard planner, another is a roll-up hierarchy, and then there is a compensation hierarchy. Since we have already done this, can you, Raghu, tell me what is the basic difference between all these three?
Standard follows the EC structure. EC thing. Roll up is like if I launch for a specific uh, manager, he can do only up till that whoever is below him. Compensation is something custom which we can maintain in compensation itself. Is it
Compensation is compensation is
custom
something
hierarchy?
apart
Custom.
from, it's a custom hierarchy. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's true. That's a custom hierarchy, which means when you do not want to follow an employee to whom normally they're reporting, but you want somebody, a different manager to do the your variable pay, right?
Hmm.
So in that case, you can create as a custom hierarchy. In your UDF file, you'll find that there is a section for custom hierarchy also. So that's where
Hmm.
you can go ahead and maintain that your custom hierarchy. So this is the standard suite hierarchy. So standard suite hierarchy and your roll-up hierarchy both are same. And so you will the only the difference it is like Standard hierarchy, when you select the top people, then it will generate it for everybody, and you
Mm.
don't have a choice, right? You can't remove it. But with the roll-up hierarchy, you have an option to remove certain people. So,
Okay.
so those are the, so that's a basic difference between the roll-up and the standard hierarchy. And we have just discussed the compensation hierarchy. So apart from the this reporting person, if you want somebody else to do this compensation, so that becomes your compensation hierarchy. All right. And then apart from this, you will see your rest of the detail. So you will see your other section. So here you can see your plan structure, it is coming. So your plan structure is basically, it is nothing, it's just your, um, how you're creating it. So your one variable template can have a various bonus plan, plan one, plan two, plan three, plan four, whatever the plan. And each of the plan, it will have your, like you want to do that with a basic and then into the business performance, or you want to do that with the individual team performance, right? So like this, you can set your all those um, percentage or the amount that you want to do the calculation.
Mhm.
So here you can see it is like business performance 80, 20, 50, 50, 75, 25, right? So you can have it into your all these performance. You can also have include your team performance and the other performance also of your team members. So you can design your template, whatever it is. In fact, this is like, it is already there in the system. You just have to select it. What option do you want to select it? But yes, the
Okay.
percentage you have to give it. What
Mm.
percentage you want for the team, business performance, individual performance, right? So all those sections you'll have to give this. And whether you want this addition plus or, so those detail also you can do that. You can also import data using the UDF file. um, but anyway, I don't think so. I'll be using the UDF. We'll be using the EC integrated template for variable pay also, because that's
Mm.
what we have done into the compensation also, right? So we'll continue with the same example of the data gets transferred from the EC template, okay?
Okay.
Rather than we upload the data in the UDF file and do that. Then there is a currency conversion. Currency conversion also we have seen, and we have seen, we have configured that into your compensation also. So we have
Mm.
seen that currency from different currency to different currency, what to do. There are basically three kind of a currency. One is a functional currency. One, it is a low functional currency. It's nothing. It's just your head office currency. Local
Yeah.
currency is where the employee actually belongs to, and planner currency it is like, for example, you are in India, you're reporting to your manager in Spain, right? And if your manager wants to see
Mm.
how much is your total salary which is there, and in case if they want to call you or offer a job there to you, right? So they can check it out in the planner currency and they can decide how much they have to increase. Okay,
Okay.
so that is your planner currency. It is. So anyway, all these things we have already done. So we're not going to spend time on this. We will
Yeah.
only spend the time on which we have not done into your compensation.
Sure.
Then this is a basis calculation. So here you can see your basis calculation. So like you can import this data or you can assign this the target percentage. Then there are custom calculation also. Then there is a bonus payout also, how you do that. These are the bonus calculation equation which I was actually talking about. You can see this is like base into performance bonus, right? Then you
Mm.
have a base into performance and individual bonus. Then base into performance plus individual bonus. I will select only one template, but you can experiment with lots of templates. But I'll tell you how these are calculated.
Okay.
I when we will come to your this topic, I'll show you like we'll take it some base amount, we'll take it some business amount, individual amount, team performance, and I'll show you how these are calculated. But I'll show you the simple one, basic into the business performance. Then you will also see there is a goal and plan name here. So here you can select it your goal plan name, and then you have your the basic calculation equation. So you can see the custom formula from the UDF file if you want to do that, or you
Mhm.
want to do that from the directly from the EC calculator. Then you also have a rating. So rating you want to include that from your performance template, So those rating you can do that. And then based on the guideline, then if you get this, if you remember, we did this, like if you included that into your compensation also, right? Like if you're getting
Correct.
this 4 to 5 rating, then how much is your percentage should get increased, right? Same thing it is here also, rating calculation. We have done this guideline into your compensation also, but the only difference it is this time you'll have to select it here as a type, which is your variable pay detail. So it's the rest of the detail. It is very similar to your compensation that we have done. So here you can see the formula criteria. So if you select any of your this detail, it will come into your guideline, and then you can set up your all those formula. And basically when you'll be doing it, so it will give you those. So if you remember when in the compensation, when we launched the template and when we're doing it, so from where this was showing that you're going beyond 10%, you're going, this is not allowed, right? So it was coming from this
That's
guideline.
guidelines. Yeah.
So this was coming at a guideline. So here you can see certain organization, um, they have a guideline, which is like a 15 to 20 guideline, then it is fine. But if you have a guideline, which is falling into 100 plus guideline or 500 guideline,
Mm.
so in that case, it is better to store those guideline in a system itself, in the system database. And then with the system database, you can go ahead with your all these further detail, okay? And when system will run all these detail, like before launching the template, system will automatically check, and one by one, it will pick the guideline and it will do all these formula check and everything.
Mm.
Then you can see there is a eligibility. Eligibility also it is. See, eligibility, if you remember, in the starting of a template, same thing, it is also there in a variable pay also. There is a two option it comes, whether you want to select all the employee or whether you want to select nobody, no employee, right?
Correct.
If you select all employee, then you have to create the eligibility to exclude the employee. But if you select no employee, in that case, you have to create the eligibility to include the
Include.
employee. Same thing you will be doing in the variable pay also. Now here you can see there is some data which is showing up here. Now here you can see the goal name, which is operating expenses or customer satisfaction in this company revenue. So these are the company goal. And here you can see what is the weightage they have given to this company goal.
20.
And 20% you can see they have given to this company goal. Now the important thing here, you will see here that this is a formula, that the company is structure related formula. Here you can see all these formula what they have, like they're coming in, and if you add all these total, so here you can see like they have 3,000, 3,000, 3,000 here also, 3,000 here also, 3,000 here also, and then there is a slight increase in this. So here you can see if there is an increase of this one, right, 103%.
Three.
So it has increased it here. If it is 150% of 3,000, so it has increased it. I think 150% to come 4,500.
Yeah.
Right? If it is 100%, then there is no increase, right? So like this, you can see the payout amount, and you can see 15,090. It is also taken up here as a total payout amount.
Mm.
Then there is an individual percentage. This individual percentage you can see like this. This is a rating actually coming, individual rating. If you remember in your goal management, there was a rating, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So that is the rating which is coming, and this is a guideline. Meet expectation, I think it is 3 rating, 3 or 4. I don't know what rating it is. So you can see this person is falling into your 80 to 110%, right? And the minimum default amount it is 100%. So this 100%, if you calculate of your this amount, I think it will come to your the final payout amount it comes, which is not actually specified here. So that's a total final payment it will come as, just showing you as a percentage. Okay, which is like this one, and 100% is, so 101% is showing up this one. So this amount, depending upon what template you have taken, whether it's a plus or it's an amount, so it will calculate the total payout, how much you have to be paid. Then you will see business goal. Business goal, I have already shown you that what is a business goal, right? So here only you can see operating expenses, customer satisfaction index, company revenue, company employee retention. It's like whatever it is. So like this, you can calculate all your this detail. with a company goal. Then bonus cap, like, how much is the maximum you want to put it for an employee. So that's a bonus cap, you will do that. Then assignment based rating. So if you have work on, see, there are two kind of assignment rating you'll find into your variable pay. One, it is like if you have work on two or three, let's say that if you work on three assignment in last year, actually your assignment is started from your January. If not, if it was started in 2020, let's say that in 2020 in October, sir. So from where do you want to calculate this? You want to calculate it from October 2020
Mhm.
because that assignment has still come into your 2021, right?
Yeah.
Or whether you just want to only do that rating only for 2021 from January to December. All right, so like this, you will set up all your formula here. Field-based permission, I'm sure you are already aware about this because we have already done this field-based permission with a column that which you can
Mhm.
view, who can edit, all these details. We have already seen that, right? In the template,
Yeah.
I've already shown you in the column section. Statement, which is the last section. So everything, whether it is your compensation or whether it's a variable pay, your statement has to be generated, right? So the last compensation when we created, we have shown you the compensation statement. Same thing, I will show you the variable pay statement also. Now, if you remember, there was a three template, whether you have a compensation template, you have a variable template, and then there was a total statement, I think
Why?
those template, right? Which is a combination of a compensation plus variable pay.
Hmm. Correct.
So you can see that, and where you can view those statements, this is also I have showed you in the system. This is one of the screenshot you can see. It is coming here. You can view this statement, right? So same way you can also go ahead and view all these statements. Then there is an executive review. What is executive review? Yes, Raghu.
So we can get the complete picture of what is we're assigning to that template. Like
Right.
let's assume 10 employees we have launched, and the planner can see all the 10 employees and plan their.
Yes, and can plan. He can see it's like, who has made the changes to data, where you have made those changes to the data, and most
Mm,
importantly, the functionality which is for import and export,
mm,
right? In executive review, whoever has a permission to executive review, they can import the data, export the data, they can make the, and if you remember in exporting your data, there is a yellow color option that comes, right?
mm.
Only those data you can change and the rest of the data you should not change. Okay.
Okay.
So those are your executive review. I have also shown, I think in today's session also I've shown you the executive review.
Yeah.
And so here also you can see this is one of the screenshot for the executive review. You can see import and export. Right? This is the most important function.
Mm.
So you can go ahead and check, you download the template. And so that was all about your variable pay. And this is a variable pay. We're going to, you know, do all these configuration and we will start all these configuration.
Okay.